Alrighty boys, how to crown. I know we updated a few things in our process, so I'm just gonna run through it with you guys. We got a riser to run first. So we're gonna be 16th below the top of the cabinet on that, and we're gonna look at something like that. Whenever I'm doing stacks molding or any type of molding, I always wanna check my clearance, and we'll be good down through there. So, risers first, same concept. Cut your insides first. We'll cut some pieces long for that one, and we'll cut pieces long for this one, as well as we're gonna need 1, 2, 3 for our little returns with 45s on them. Let's go down and fab these up. Alrighty, so riser, crown. I want to match this reveal as far as the height that we're coming up off the riser. So it's gonna sit somewhere like there. I put a tick mark on the back, measure up from the bottom. So we're at 2 1/16. I'm gonna rip all my base, which is our riser, down to 2 1/16. That way when I go to nail my crown on, all I gotta do is fill this joint with my finger. I can just reach over the top of the crown like that and shoot her on. You won't have to do any tick marks 1/2 inch up. Just reach around, hold it, shoot it on. All right, with furniture base, shoe, riser this short, it's okay to cut it on the vertical like this. We're going to put a 45 on our far end. I'm cutting all my middle ones. I already pulled my numbers for them. We got 31 1/4, so we cut our 45 on the end and measure from the back side 31 1/4. Now we're gonna take our square and transfer our line like so. Your square is gonna be offset from your line. You gotta make sure your line's actually connecting up. Saw the other way, cut them. Alrighty boys, pay attention. Dropped the edge of my crown, 16th below. Tack in there. 16th below, tack in there. And then we're gonna shoot it on from the back. Got plenty of meat. Shoot up high, roll your piece down just a little bit as you shoot it and clamp it together. You can either clamp or just hold it tight with your hands. Shoot it on from the back. We will have 0 touch up along the face here. All right, hold that one in place. Tick mark on the back of it for our length. Now I got my tick mark on the back. Material utilization is key on these jobs. A lot of times we get just enough. And so this whole scribing to length thing, I realize it can be kind of annoying, but it's gonna be the most efficient way to use your material, and it's gonna be the most accurate. So just do it. Pull it up there, make sure your lengths are good, make sure your miter's good. If you need to, shave it down. The small ones, you're gonna have to cut again. It's not really gonna be able to shave that down. These ones will work good. We're gonna use wood glue to shoot these together. You gotta hold it in place like that. Help hold your miter. Shooting it up top. All right, so for our outside miters, we're gonna burn 1.5 inches, 2, 1, whatever you want. I'm gonna burn 1 inch. That was a 12, so we're gonna go 13. Use our square to transfer that tick mark up. critical issues here is I want this bottom to line up. We can mess with that, but I need that height to be right. All right, just tried to install a piece that test fit good, but when I actually shot all the miters together, my front piece was a little bit long. So we're going to pop the miters, take it down and shave her down, get it right. Riser, furniture base upside down is installed. All of this is getting caulked. We will caulk all of our white cabinets. So I'm okay with a little 16th on my returns in here and there. That's gonna disappear. You don't want anything bigger than about that though, because it's going to mess with the profile of your crown there. So, alrighty boys, crown's next. Same process that we do with the riser. We're going to cut our inside miters first. That one, that one, that one. And then we are going to scribe to length. The fronts, you gotta measure, but when you have a wall to open or a miter to open, then we can scribe them to length. Let's get into it. Crown stop setup. First thing you wanna do is sight your piece of crown. I want something that's gonna be relatively straight. A lot of times we get them and they got a little bit of wave in them. You wanna pick one that's relatively straight. You're gonna drop your crown in, so it's about halfway, and I'm looking for this top edge to just touch the fence. Clamp it in place. Now we're gonna slide our crown down to the end here, let it nest, pushing it tight. I want the back of this crown right here to be rolling off the edge while the front's tight. This will allow your crown to roll just a little bit, and you're always gonna get a tight seam at your cabinet. So you want that little bit of a gap back there. So I'll check on that side. We're gonna slide the crown down this way. We're gonna check this side again. Looking about the same there. Got a little flex in that crown. And then I'm gonna check the measure. We wanna make sure both sides are measuring the same off the fence. We're at 2 7/8 plus and 2 7/8 plus. Now our stop set up. For our inside to inside miters, going to cut this end, pull your tape along the back of the crown, put your mark, transfer your mark to the top with your square with the same method that we were doing on the riser. That line right there gives you a super easy line to hit when you're cutting your crown. Alrighty, on this trip to the saw, I have my 3 inside miters cut. This is the piece going to the far left that we're going to scribe to length. And then I have my 3 inside returns that we're after our insides are installed, we'll stick in scribe to length and scribe to length on each of those, as well as toe kick. Make your chips count. We got a bit of a haul. All right, we are using 1 3/16 pins for our height because we ripped our riser down. All I gotta do is reach over the top of my crown, make sure it's held flush. I'm gonna use 1 pin on the front just to make sure I'm getting back and forth, and then we're going to shoot it on from the back. So we make sure we got our position correct, left to right. We're gonna tack that on, and then from the back, for your inside miters, you're going to hold your piece up there. And I'm looking at the bottom. I don't care much about the top. We can pull the top down, flex it to make the top match up. We want that bottom match up good. Scribe a tick on the back side and transferred the line to the front. I did that with all of them while I'm down here. So we've got our returns. While I was up here, I got my measurements for my outside miters. We're at 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 13 and 7. So we're going to cut those while we go down there as well. And then when I come back up, I'm going to bring myself up a piece long that we can describe the length on that one right there. Next, we'll get into the glue up, the pre-built. All right, our outside to outside miters, we're going to measure the same way that we did our riser. You're going to burn 3, 4, 5 inches, whatever you need to make your 45 work. And then we want 13 and 7/16. So we put a mark at 16 and 7/16. Transfer your lines up to the top. Cut them. Okay, we got all our returns and our outside miters cut. Next is a test fit, and then we'll get into the glue up. If you're having trouble holding the pieces, you can do a little tape job like so. Now we'll do a test fit. That looks good. Miters are matching up. Now we'll glue her up. All right, so I want crown glued, hot glued 2x10 together. We are going to go with some wood glue on the top and bottom. Doesn't take much. Take the other piece, give it a wipe. It's going to transfer glue to the other side. A little bit of 2p10 on this back rib right here. If you go too far forward, it's going to splooge out the front, ruin your miter. Activator. Put your pieces together. The 2p10 acts as a clamp until that wood glue sets up. All right, 2p10 set up. A couple of pins. On your short pieces, probably aren't going to need it because we're just going to splooge some hot glue here in the back. And if we are working with MDF crown, do not use the wood glue. All we're using is activator. And then we are going to do the hot glue and a little piece of wood on the back. And now I'll drop this piece on. I would recommend putting your smaller pieces on first. It's gonna make things easier. While waiting for that piece to set up, we're gonna do our test fit here. Looks good. Looks good. Using the finger up top there. So we're running the same. Push your miter in. Nice and tight. Critical issue is I want the bottoms of my miters on the front here to line up. Nice and clean. Now this one, we can shoot from the back. And then to shoot our inside miters together, come across like this. 1, 2. All right, we got her. So, recap. Cut your insides first. Describe your returns to length. Measure your outsides. Dry test fit before you glue them up. If you need to, shave them down a little bit more. The small ones like that, you're gonna have to just cut a new piece. It's just not safe to try and trim something like that. Our outside miters are going to get wax, and our inside miters are going to get caulking, and then we shall caulk riser to the cabinet and crown to the cabinet. That was a lot of molding. We still got mirror frame, mirror frame, mirror frame, puck lights dropping in, a little bit of touch-up paint. Outside of that,